My old profession was a medical doctor, and I was very busy. I had a very tight schedule all the time, and I was always going. When I retired, I more or less retired. I mean, I cut the cord. I was kind of getting, I don't think morose, but my interests weren't there. I didn't have the drive I used to have.
I'm retired now, and my day is my own. I could arrange it any way I want. I find myself kind of wasting time, and I was afraid I was not going to be able to schedule and get myself disciplined.
I couldn't believe I could write. To start with, English is my third language. I'm terrible in writing. I'm afraid of writing. I usually don't respond email because I'm afraid people laughing on my writing skill. But I say I'm going to try to break through. So I signed up this class and I said they might teach me some technique.
It wasn't until I came to this class and I started reading. I was scared. I was really frightened.
I didn't know what to expect when I first started, and I looked at it as though, I haven't written other than memo form or business form for so long that I haven't written anything that's, personal or that could be read and graded.
It was more than I expected because it kind of seeded ideas that I would have started out with my birth and then my first grade, second grade, schools I went to, that sort of thing. But she's given us a theme that kind of triggers some deep memories that are kind of neat,
What I didn't expect was, oh gosh, just what you learn from the other people.
I am fascinated by some of the experiences that the different individuals in the groups have. This is my third group in the autobiography classes that I've been with, and all of them are most interesting.
Because you're sharing stories that are your life, sometimes, some of the subjects you're writing about are extremely intense. And so you are right there with that person when they're sharing the story. Not only are you writing it, but it's wonderful to hear them read their story in their own words.
You get to know their strengths, and you admire some of them because of their writing. You like what they wrote and how they've improved. And then some just about their life and some of the fun things that happen to them, and then some of them their hardships that come to them, they might present to us. So we all got close.
I don't know, there's something about writing, it brings you right into the person's life, and you make a connection, I think, with that person that you wouldn't in any other circumstance, because you get down to their core.
Their life, in some way, went through a lot of bump. And when I saw that bump, when I saw their happy face, if they can survive that, why don't I? So by watching them, listen to their story, it makes me stronger.
It brought to mind the fact that although I had worked to put my husband through school and he was able to get his college degree and master's later, children had come along and life had gotten in the way, and I really never got back to finishing my college degree. So it's kind of given me some new insight into perhaps researching that, and maybe not getting the degree I was aiming for originally, but just getting a 4-year degree, just to say I did it and feel good about it, that I've completed something.
Well, I think the most important thing is to get it down for my children and grandchildren so that they get to really know me, because they're so busy growing up now that they know you, but they don't really know you. So because I think like I have a lot of things that have happened in my life that would be of interest to them when they're growing up. They say, gee, I didn't know that about Grandma. Oh, that's interesting.
it frees you to write your own story. And a lot of times you'd say, I really don't want to write about that. But when you hear other people have, written about similar things, then it gives you permission to write your story the way you want to write it.
Yeah, I started taking art lessons again. I hadn't done that in 40 years. And been taking drawing and now watercolor, and gave that up 35 years ago.
It was difficult, very difficult, but it was wonderful. And I think it made us grow. Sure made me grow.
I feel totally connect. We come here, we share real life story, and it's heart touching, soul touching story, and make you really connect and grounded. It's like they are the family member.
You can sense the camaraderie. You can feel the emotional transference with each other.
Yeah, I think I've gained a greater probably appreciation for myself and what I've done.
You don't have to want to be a writer. You can just enjoy the creation of creating something, and that makes you feel good. Anything you create always makes you feel good.
Do you like to leave a picture without notes? Or do you want to leave a story so they don't have to guess what you're feeling, and they can give you value for that? No material can substitute that.
Priceless. It's priceless.